Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Decod3rs channel. So today we have two special guests, and it's for a special day. We have Zollie and Kits from West 70th. How are you doing, guys?
Very well, very well. Thanks a lot for having us on.
That was a pleasure, man. Like to meet you and to have you on the channel for on like main day, which is like the first time on the channel. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, how do you feel for today?
Very, very good. Very good. Obviously, you know, a little nervous on mint day, of course, but overall, I'm feeling really, really prepared and excited.
That's dope, man. Everyone, on the YouTube chat, hello, GM. Hope you're doing good. And let's talk about what you guys building, and let's talk business, guys.
Love it.
Yeah, let's go.
Love it. So at West 57th, we wanted to build out a product that allowed for anyone to seamlessly be able to off-ramp their crypto into fiat and spend it on a MasterCard anywhere in the world. And we did this because we wanted to allow for individuals to be able to have a seamless experience, a seamless way of being able to off-ramp without having to go through a bank or an exchange. We wanted everything to run through their native non-custodial wallet to kind of keep it clean, simple, and secure.
That's a mission, man. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. I love this topic because I have so many questions for you. I don't know where to start. Okay, let's start. Let's start with with you. Zollie and Kits, like a presentation about like your background and who. For the people who don't know you yet, can you just give us like an introduction of where you're coming from and how did you met?
Yeah, sounds good. I'll start first, Zollie, and then you can give your background after. So I'm Kits. I've spent the last 16 years in the payment and marketing space.
Nice. Okay,
absolutely
cool.
love to start companies and had some success in my 20s, which was awesome. And got into crypto in 2017 with Zollie in a little office. And as it started to crash, we got into it, which was a really interesting learning curve on that one. Mm-hmm. But really passionate about payments and how we're able to kind of help the crypto space and to provide more value and utility.
Nice. What about you, Zollie?
Yeah, I cut my teeth in advertising. So at a university, I worked for an advertising agency in Toronto, New York, and Australia as well. And since then, I moved over into the payment sphere. That's where I first met Kits and, like you said, got into crypto. And, you know, having gone through that 2017 cycle, I honestly swear that there was a kernel of an idea that ended up blossoming into this business because we put a lot of money in. We dollar cost averaged a decent amount of money in, and we never took that money out. And sure enough, here we are building a product to help us actually DCA out and spend some of those profits when we want to, where we want to. So my background's mainly in payments from a partnership and sales point of view. And likewise as an account director in the advertising space as well.
Okay, so that's cool. So yeah, like your background, like there is a huge founder fit with what you're building right now. That's interesting. Okay, I'm even more bullish now. That's cool. But so my first question, when you tell me, okay, so we are going to make you spend your crypto, why should I use my crypto to buy my groceries or to travel and pay expense there when we are at like the peak of bottom of like the bear market and I want to stack my Sol? So because Sol is going back to $50 in 6 months.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And you know, we're bullish on Sol, man. Like that's why we picked the chain in particular.
Sol, all of the other crypto, right?
Yeah, I guess all of crypto, right? Because eventually we will allow for more than just Sol to be spent, right? Sol's just a really nice story for us, and it's a nice way for us to connect with the communities that we're already involved in. But I think for me, like I do see digital assets as an investment vehicle. Definitely, I see them as assets. But I also have a pile of money that I kind of wish I could just spend a little bit more easily. right? Particularly if I see my portfolio surge, 8% or even 4% that day, and I go, hey, I'd like to go for lunch. Why don't I just use some of those funds now on this card? And we want to make that a little bit more of a seamless experience.
Okay.
Also, I don't know about you, but when I talk to some of my buddies that have a little bag of something, they don't fully understand the fundamentals behind behind crypto in general, particularly like Bitcoin, let's say. And they go, if there was more utility, maybe I would get more involved in the Web3 space.
Okay.
And that's also what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to make it a little bit easier for, your average crypto retail user to get into the space. And I think a lot of people can get behind and rationalize the concept of, okay, I have this cryptocurrency. Can I use it as a currency? You can.
Yeah.
You can do it pretty damn easily too.
Okay. So like it's like a product for less like the investor that see crypto as a investment vehicle, but more like people who wants, again, like to use it like as a worldwide payment, which is like basically the first utility of crypto. But that's what we wanted to solve, and not paying like a crazy international transfer or like change your currency, etc. And use it on a daily basis, right?
Yeah, it's an option, right? But I would also say there's a reason we're taking this approach and focusing on our Web3 users, because right now I think people that work part-time and full-time in the space, it's becoming more and more difficult to off-ramp that crypto, in a seamless fashion. And so those that kind of rely on it as a source of income, I think can really benefit from our product as well, right? And I think inevitably, if you are making crypto as your full or part-time job, you kind of do need to pay your bills, right? And so why not pay your bills, in a more simplified manner? And so that's also a really important use case for us.
100%. And again, if it can help out like the adoption of crypto, that bro, like if you're a big success, then you can be like the pioneer of like opening up crypto to normies and like non Web3 natives, right? So if successful, that could be big. And okay, so if I spend my crypto on anything like groceries or whatever, if I spend it, is that triggering a taxable event?
Yeah, so the way it works in our system is that we're just a payment mechanism. However you do your taxes and however you want to submit them is completely up to you. We obviously don't dictate that, and we can't tell you what to do with your taxes or how you want to submit them at all. But we are just an off-ramp vehicle.
Okay. So okay, so it's like I'm selling like the crypto, and how does that work exactly in the back end? Like you take the crypto, you sell it, and you transfer into the fiat that where the country am I right now, and then it's going to the merchant?
Yeah. Okay. So the way that it works out for us is a consumer converts their crypto via our application. So they open up the app, they have linked their Phantom wallet. They've picked exactly how much they want to convert over onto their MasterCard or onto the West 57 card. And when they convert that over, our system puts it into AUD or USD, depending on the country that they're in. And then when they transact the card, our system is smart enough to know that they're in Australia, they've got $50 worth, and we pull the funds needed.
Okay, so is that like a prepaid card, or like from like changing the amount of money required when I want to pay? Is that on the fly, or I have to change it before?
No. So that's what makes us really unique, is that we run off the prepaid rails. So the thing that makes us really unique is that a lot of card programs in the market, they force individuals to open a bank account or to go through an exchange. And the reason they do that is because they run off the credit card rails or the debit card rails. And when they do that, there's a lot more complexity and there's a lot more less utility opportunities for customers. And that's where we come in. Our technology allows for us to be able to do it directly through their Phantom wallet. Yes, we KYC, because obviously we want this company to be around, because the government will shut us down instantly if we're not. But we go directly through the Phantom wallet because we find that that's more seamless, secure, and efficient. And that's the key for us. We want a consumer to be able to get their funds within seconds instead of days or hours. We want them to be able to get their digitally branded card directly to their mobile wallet within seconds and not days, for a card to be sent to the consumer. And of course, we want the ability of being able to have that seamless experience between ourselves and the consumer. And we really feel like, we hit the nail on the head with this.
That's pretty cool, and that's interesting. Okay, so I love it. It's cool. Okay, from Splify in the YouTube chat, shout out to Zollie and Kits for sliding my wallet in the last second. Looks like people are happy, like the last day, the last minute, the last announcement. Like people are waiting for, do you have your wallet? Have you submitted your wallet? That's when they want to submit their wallet. The last day, last minute, last second.
Yeah, exactly.
We've all been there, right?
I mean, why doing that last week when you can do it like on midday, right? Where's the fun in that?
Exactly. You got to keep it entertaining.
Again?
I said they just like to keep us on our toes, I think.
Exactly. Like, have you seen like an increase of like people coming up on Discord and like asking for when mint and can I submit my wallet in the last few days?
We have an amazing mod who handles all of that on our behalf. So, we don't have to deal with much of it. Shout out to Kirby, because he handles a lot of that for us, which takes a lot off our plate, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, thanks to mods. They're doing a great job. That's why they're mods, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so another question from Mintil. Is it only wallet to MasterCard, or also other way if I have money on card left? So I don't understand that. But is that wallet to MasterCard or is that Visa too?
Yeah. So whenever you create a payment company, you pretty much have to pick and choose if it's going to be Visa or MasterCard. So what we did is that all of our cards are digital. So they run off Apple Pay and Google Pay.
Okay.
And what we did is that we picked MasterCard because they were the ones that were the most interested and the ones that we had the best relationship with. So it will just be MasterCard. It won't be a Visa card, but it will be accepted anywhere MasterCard is accepted globally.
Okay. So, like MasterCard is like it's even like accepted everywhere, right? Like,
exactly.
Much, right? Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, and like, please ask what country are coming next and what are the priority.
That's definitely from Spliffy for sure. I think he's actually asked that question a few times. So what we've done is the way that we've designed this is actually really, really cool. We found so when you start a payment company, you need to have the basics when it comes to the Web 2 side. And the basics are you need to obviously work with MasterCard. You need to work with something called a processing issuer. What a processing issuer is just the ability of being able to issue a digital card directly to a consumer. And with those two, what we did is that the foundation that we've built is a global foundation for us to be able to expand in America, Canada, the US, New Zealand, the UK, and Europe. And because of those partnerships that we have global reach overnight. But what we want to do is we want the ability of being able to roll out each region properly without trying to run across the world and fail in certain countries, not give the opportunities that we need to each particular region. Yeah. And what we did is that we wanted Australia because Australia is a home to us. There's a huge amount of support down here. The DAOs down here are fantastic. We've had a lot of Aussies reach out to actually join the program. So we wanted to make sure that we tested out in Australia. Then we start to ramp up and we start to push it to other opportunities, like, for instance, the UK and Europe and Canada and America. So as we start to roll this out throughout the year, we're going to be asking the community where we should be going next, but we have the opportunity to be going globally when we want to. It's just where we want to go next is essentially, a conversation with the community. But we feel that obviously North America is a huge opportunity for us. So that will most likely be the next launch.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah. And please Canada now. That's Spliffy. Do you see the chat, right? You can see them, right?
Yeah, we can see them.
Okay.
Make sure you fill out the pilot form and you note Canada in there. So we have a pilot form circulating as well, which will give us really good insight in terms of where we should roll out next. And right now, North America is in the lead, so he might get his wish.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, that's Web3 lands, right? Like, it would be cool, like, to be everywhere, like the Web3 people are. But yeah, I remember like the when Revolut launched like a couple of years ago, 10 years ago or something like that. Like when they basically launched like country after country, and even like I know like strategically like Uber when for they launch by city per city, right? Because like you need drivers and like people in that city to like have enough drivers for the people to not wait like 15 minutes and not having a car at the end, right? But like for you, it's just not the same thing, obviously, because it's not a marketplace, but like in terms of like you need seller and offers, but like you need to make sure like I'm going to the fucking restaurant, and if I use my West 57th card, that shit needs to work, right? Because if that's my only payment in like a new country and it's not working, that's gonna be annoying.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
totally. There's also another consideration too, which at first appears to be a problem, but I actually think really is an opportunity for us to further create a moat, and that's around compliance and regulatory, right? And so
Yeah.
that's something that you need to make sure you adhere to. Also, why we're launching just the pilot in Australia first, right? Because there is some uncertainty in the States, and you need to make sure that when you roll out, you are completely compliant. And so
Yeah.
that's an important consideration. I think the last thing you'd want to do with any startup, and I know some people probably don't want to hear this, particularly in the Web3 space, but sometimes you do have to walk before you run, right? You
Yeah.
don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, and not lay the proper foundation. And so sometimes I get in trouble. I like to under promise and try to over deliver, but I really think it is important for us to work more methodical and iteratively than just try to rush everything out the door.
Yeah. But because like your card is like you're not managing the money yourself, right? Like it's the pre-processor, and like if stop me if I say in shit, right? But like all of the transaction side is managed by a third party, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so it take out all of the regulation shit that you need to implement on your side, right? Because you're just offering a card that swap crypto to, and you never touch the money, right?
Yeah, so there's definitely
Okay.
some regulatory sides too, that we
Okay.
have to obviously jump through. But yes, you are right. The thing that we
Mm.
did is that we realized there's no point for us to try to reinvent the wheel here.
Yeah,
Mastercard
don't
has
do
done a
that.
great job of creating
I
a
want to go there.
global. Mastercard's done a great job of creating a global reach for us. We have fantastic process and issuers that are allowing us to issue a card and process the payment. And they're worth billions of dollars, and they're publicly traded companies. So they've jumped through all the compliance and regulatory hoops that we need. So there was no point in kind of getting our feet wet in that. We focused more on the technology and the payment technology and the utility and the opportunities like that that made us unique and special. And that's what we really wanted to put a lot of attention on.
Okay, let's talk about the utility in a second. But like, yeah, is Nigeria supported, and will card will be available in Serbia? I guess it's just like to ship the card, but like you're not even like a materialized card, so everyone can download the app, use it, and go to a country when you can use it as like as a merchant, right? Like to a merchant.
Yeah, so everyone can download the app, but to get a digital card in your wallet, you have to be in the country that we're launching in. Yeah, so that's what we were saying before, is that we
Yes.
want to make sure that we launch in each country that has the right compliance regulatory side,
Yes.
but also we do the right marketing, and obviously we have a team up there and all that good stuff.
Okay, so it's not even like to use the app on the card in one specific country. It's even like creating an account. And okay, so what you said about like QIC, etc., that's obviously not available in all country. You need to launch country per country, even to open an account. Yeah, it's like N26 and like all of the new banks shit, right? The same
Exactly.
process. Yeah,
exactly. It's the exact same as every bank, every card program out there in the market.
Okay.
It's the exact same. Yeah.
And what if you do it like the crypto way, and like you don't do that? What could happen? Hello?
Sorry, I missed.
Oh shit! Did I lost you? Oh, that's that. Where's Kit? Oh, okay, missed it. Did I drop?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, sorry about that. Like, is there like okay? It's Kits, you good, bro?
Yeah, mate, I'm good.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so is there like a pirate way of doing what you're doing right now, and like, yeah, just make it available for everyone? What would be like the risk of that?
So MasterCard and
Oh,
all the big card programs, they force you to make sure that you comply in each region that you go into.
okay. So yeah, the big boys ask you to do some.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay. Fair enough, and you can't really trick Mastercard. Fair enough. So no pirate way or like a crypto bros way to execute on that. That's fair enough.
no, no, not at all, not at all.
Okay, can we get a general fee breakdown if I wanted to load and spend 10 Sol? That's a good question. Let's you good.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, absolutely. So the way that we've broken this down, just to kind of compare it to to everyone else in the market, the cards themselves, there's a fee to get the card, Splifty. So we send you a card. It costs 15 USD for the card itself. A lot of the competitors in market, it ranges from $100 to even $500 a card. So we really wanted to make sure that we come in quite low. Because we think there's a huge opportunity for mass adoption with this product, and we don't want to have the cost being so high that everyone can't join. So the fees are $15 to do that. The cost on the transactional side, so to transact at merchant locations with your card, all those fees, what we've done is that we've essentially put them all together into one fee when you convert your funds from from crypto to fiat. When you do that, we've essentially compiled all of our costs and our partners' costs into one fee. So that fee will range depending on what type of card you have. So if you have our lowest card, it's $2.99, 2.99% on the transaction to convert and swap the funds from crypto to fiat, and then there's no cost to transact as many times as you want on those cards.
Okay. So like the swap crypto to fiat, there is a fee, but then you can have as many transactions as you want, like a prepaid card. That's cool. Okay. And if I transfer to Australian dollars and I want to convert to USD, am I getting charged too if I come back?
Sorry, where's that question?
Yeah, so can I so I take my Sol, I'm going to Australia, and then I'm going to the US. So I convert to Australian dollars, and then can I even swap it to USD after, from Australian dollars to USD?
Yeah. So
That's cool.
when we go to other regions, you'll be able to convert it into essentially a USDC. And then you essentially, wherever you transact with your card, our system will be able to pick it up that you're in America and that we have to be able to pull from an American float or an American account. So when we start to go on a global level with multiple different nations, then that would be the process at that time. Yeah.
That's cool. That's it. Shit, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice. I like it. I love it.
Yeah.
Question from Yazid. What does it have to be as an Apple Wallet or Google Wallet?
Yeah, so the reason that we did this was actually for the customer. So there was two things. One of them was we wanted to maximize security. So if you lose your card, so you can never lose essentially an Apple Pay card or Google a wallet card, right? So we wanted to make sure that we were able to make sure the consumer never lost it, so their funds were never in jeopardy at all. And the second one was that we wanted to make sure that we could instantly and seamlessly send out our cards to anyone via SMS, and they could essentially be able to receive the card and download it, add it to their wallet in about a minute. And that was really critical for us to be at the forefront of this type of technology and at the forefront of the digital space, because we are a new age product. Obviously crypto is new age. We want to be able to have this seamless, quick response instead of having to mail a card out to individual people, have them wait 7 days. Oh, I lost the card. Now, my crypto is in jeopardy, or now I can't access those funds. We kind of took that off the table and went, no, we want to be new age. We want to make sure that this is seamless, and we want to make sure that a consumer is always safe at every point of this.
That makes sense. And what about the private keys of the crypto wallet that you have on the app? So is that like a wallet per user, or like how does that work?
The private keys, we don't hold any private keys.
Yeah. Okay. So it's inside the app.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay.
You go ahead. Sorry about that.
no, sorry. Are you talking about the private keys for the amount that's converted, or are you talking about the consumers?
Yeah. So like if I load on the if I send my Sol to like my app, where are the private key of this Sol address?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, of course. So this kind of comes back to the whole reason that we didn't want to work with an exchange, or we didn't want to add funds to a bank account.
Mhm.
So what we really wanted to kind of push here is that your funds are never accessible by us. So, and the reason we did that is because we never wanted our consumers to ever feel like they're a part of an FTX again, or that their funds are unsecured. So we use a third party who is a publicly traded company who is insured. So all of your funds are actually insured when we house them. And that's obviously very different than the majority of the exchanges. So we're very, very proud of that. And we're very proud of our partners because they've jumped up through all the regulatory hoops. Again, they're publicly traded companies, so anyone can look them up and check out who they are, and they can check out the security that they have. But everything is insured, which is really critical for us.
Okay. It's even insurance crypto. That's cool. Yes. Yeah. And basically, yeah, you really don't want to touch like any money whatsoever, crypto or fiat. That's cool.
Yeah, we don't want to touch that.
Yeah. Because it's come with a shitload of regulation. Nightmare.
Yeah. I think it's a trust thing too. For us, again, it could be a problem, could be an opportunity for us using a partner that has established, that's listed on the stock exchange, like as a custodial partner. I think people will trust them over, us, and that's fine. We don't want to hold the liability anyway. So it's like such a nice fit for us. And I think it's a good benefit for the user.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you can always like build your own system in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, once you have like a sustainable business, and like you have grown, and like you have a product market fit, etc. Right? Like right now, there is no reason to reinvent the wheel and have like all of this system and regulation in house, like, for sure.
Yes.
I love that comment, and man, that's so underrated. I couldn't agree more with you, right? For us, we are a startup, right? And we're working hard to make the community happy and build up a product that they'll actually use. Likewise, that I would want to use myself. And so for us, we need to establish a use case and market. With a use case comes, enhanced features, enhanced investment. Then we can start to really fulfill our roadmap at an expedited pace. But I think it all comes back to really establishing that strong use case, and taking that iterative approach, right? We do have grand ambitions. We can't do everything tomorrow, but we've got a really good idea of the blueprint. And I think we've delivered, a decent product already. Like, we entered the Grizzly-thon. We did pretty well there as one of the payment track winners. So that's a nice little tick of approval. And that's a pre-mint achievement for us. And we've showed that we can also deploy a co-branded card. I'm not sure if you've seen the Samo co-branded card, but that's live in the wild now. So it's a West 57th Samo branded card that you can actually tap and pay with, similar to our West 57th one. And so that's just an example of some of the utility that we can bring other communities to.
I mean, like, yeah, you can like take every project on Solana and like create partnership with collection, and I can have like with 70th slash XT gold card, and I want a black card, please.
Yeah, right now, isn't that just the best possible scenario, that you can pay with your Decod card? Like, I don't know. I can't think of anything cooler than that as a
even better. Like, I put, not on Sharky because we are on Ace now, but like, you take your NFT, you take a loan on Sharky, you take that fucking soul, you pay the restaurant with that.
Dude, you are into one tonight. Exactly. Like, exactly. We were just having this conversation about, where does that fit into our roadmap? Because again, it goes back to not having to reinvent the wheel, partnering with, there's really good partners out there. You mentioned one, Sharky, where we can use an already existing solution, but now we can kind of close the loop in our own way, and we can allow users to spend those funds at a restaurant. So yeah, I love the comment, man. I think we're on the same wavelength here.
Yeah, man, like, okay. So you load my NFT in the wallet because you have the wallet anyway. You connect it to the wallet. You have that. You put like a press button, like, okay, take offer this NFT as a loan, or take whatever on like Sharky, Fract, whatever. You press the button instead of the loan. You get the soul. You swap the soul. You go to the fucking restaurant, and then tomorrow you have a problem, like you have a situation when you have to pay back your NFT, but like, yeah, whatever. At least you can enjoy. That's cool. I love it.
Yeah, it's a cool experience. Just to be clear, though, if anyone is just new to West 57th on this call, that's something that's on the roadmap that we basically built the foundation to do. You can't do that today. However, that is something that we are very excited and have on our roadmap that we think we want to allow users to do tomorrow.
That's cool.
Not literally tomorrow, but you get the figures.
Another day.
Yeah.
And how many users do you have like using their cards right now?
So we've got our pilot that's actually launching after Mint. So
Okay.
what we did is that we actually had, so there's two key things that we wanted to make sure we did. And this kind of comes back to our conversation before, which was we really needed to make sure that when we were creating this company and we wanted to actually create like a real product for everyone, that we had this already built. We wanted to make sure that we had this tested. People, before they minted, they saw that we had utility. We had a product that was actually ready to go in market and that was able to be used by any third party. And that was a really key thing for us to do. And then on the other side, we wanted to make sure that we could have a pilot right after our mint to be able to allow everyone to be able to test this and be able to be a part of the community and be a part of the process of building this company out by giving that advice and giving giving them the opportunity to be able to play with the product. And it's essentially the key things that we wanted to make sure we did before we actually went to mint. So this product is completed, which is amazing. We used a fantastic dev shop to be able to get that out the door quickly. And we're pretty much coming to mint with a pilot ready to go. And as soon as the pilot is done, we're going to be able to, start picking new locations globally to be able to expand to.
That's cool. That's okay. That's nice. Okay, so do I have to have like the NFT to be a user, or can I use it? What's the NFT utilities in there? Yeah, that's the specific
maybe
questions.
Yeah, cool. Maybe I'll take that one. So there's a couple benefits of being an NFT holder. The first being that you can grab a card for $15. We think that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
You'll also get the lowest conversion fees. There's no transactional costs, no monthly fee, no annual fee. And once we start integrating our rewards, we'll provide the highest tiered rewards to our holders.
Nice.
There's also another concept that we're rolling out as well, and I'll try to explain it as succinctly as I can. It's called card tokens, and a card token you can think of like a payment card, and the only users that gain access to card tokens are our community. And so basically what we're doing there is we want to tell everybody how great this West 57th program is and why they need a card. In order for them to get a card, they have to come to our users and buy it from them. So now what we're doing is we're creating a secondary marketplace where they can distribute the West 57th cards and they can sell them for whatever they want. We will try and do our best to set the market price as high as possible through utility and feature sets and things like that. The tokenomics against those card tokens will begin quite low as we scale the business. And so we're quite excited about rolling that product out as well. And that's one of the benefits that's in our roadmap for our users as well.
Okay.
It's been a few days. It's coming up on 24 hours since I've taken a nap. So Kits, did I miss anything there?
Yes, no, that all sounds awesome. The only thing would be on the side of how many they hold. and holders
Yes.
that are at certain levels. And I think you should kind of go a little bit into that, because that's a really great factor to people that do not live in Australia, but obviously are holding multiple right now.
Yeah, cool. And so I knew I was forgetting something. And so there's a tiered card program as well. And so for us, it comes down to how many NFTs that you hold.
Mm-hmm.
You'll gain access to different card designs. Again, another reason why the digital cards are so nice is you can change the
Yeah.
design of a card too. And so if you hold, what is it, 6 NFTs, you get access to a card design that's chosen by the community. At 10, you get access to a black card. These types of things come with holding certain quantities of NFTs.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but if there is no physical card, I can flex it when I pay. So it's sad. But at
I
least I
love
know
you.
I have the
Yeah,
black
yeah.
card.
Gotta flash your phone around. You know what? We've toyed with the idea of check this out, of offering like a limited release physical card. Like we can offer
Yes.
physical cards.
Yeah.
There's an
Just
additional
too
cost
expensive. Yeah.
associated with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you never know. If that's something the community is like super keen on, like it's honestly not that hard to
Mm.
facilitate.
Yeah,
We
it's
just
just
gotta
like
make
the
sure
cost
the
at scale.
commercial
Yeah.
work out. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think like especially with startup, it comes down to how you deploy, your finances, right?
Yeah.
And so, if we're like deploying a batch of physical cards is the same as running a sprint, like
Mhm.
what are we gonna pick, right? So we just gotta be
No,
we gotta be decisive with those types of things. Yeah.
no. It makes sense 100%. Okay, so what benefit for one NFT? So that's okay. Let's say I live in another obscure country. Yeah, it's okay. We answered that, Spliffy. I think we're good with that question. And like, okay, so what the volume of transaction do you need to do to have a profitable business for you guys?
Yeah, so it's not about the volumes actually, which is kind of
Okay.
interesting. It's actually about the amount of conversions. So the way that we've designed this,
Okay.
our overhead is extremely lean. So the reason that we did this is because any startup, especially at the beginning of any startup, you want to make sure that you get more of the user base than and focus on users than you focus on revenue. And the big thing for us is how many users can we get onto this as quickly as possible, getting the transactions through the system, understanding exactly what their needs are, and being able to expand on the product and the utility of it. The revenue side of things, again, you raise capital in Series A and Series B rounds to allow you to to scale quickly. Revenue is not the first thing on people's minds. It is how many people are utilizing the card, how many people are participating in this, because that is where your real value is. Then as you scale this out and you start getting into your Series B, you start to expand out, then revenue starts to play a little bit more of a role. People want to see that you have revenue streams that keep you afloat. Everything that that you need is usually in about the Series B stage. As of right now, we're focusing on how many consumers we can get, how quickly we can get them, how do we create the most amount of utility for them. That's our main focus, because that's what the investors are looking for, and that's obviously how you make sure that you have a great company, and you obviously have a profitable company in the future.
Yeah, so it's like a Facebook growth, don't talk about revenue, don't make any money, because then if we have revenue, we can raise less money, right?
Well, no, but yeah, because to be honest, we obviously want to make money, and we have fantastic.
I know.
But again, our focus is definitely on the fact that we want to be able to have as many customers as possible and users as possible to get that out the door.
Makes sense. And so are you starting to raise some money, like a
Yes.
round anytime soon?
Yeah, we are actually. We're right in the
Nice.
middle of it, which is amazing. We've had some, fantastic conversations by some really large DAOs and Solana and a few others. And we're kind of going through that process right now. We told everyone that we want to focus on the mint. We want to make sure the mint goes off without a hitch, and obviously the opportunity behind that is huge. And then we're going to go back to the capital raise after mint is completed.
Do you have names?
Nah, I can't drop the name.
But you know what? I think it would say it's the strategic partners that
it's my money.
we feel would be a really good fit, honestly. Like it's the ones you would want to invest in a payment company. So
Nice.
a Solana payment company.
That's cool. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow you your Twitter account to check the announcement of like your closing round and stuff like that after you meet. That's gonna be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. And honestly, I think like if okay, so I'm gonna push a thread about like decoders raising money, whatever today. But like I think there is like alignment for like VC / business angel investors to align with like the interest of a community and even go faster and forward all together, right? Like I see a lot of like people on the timeline saying don't push, don't work for the VCs, or like don't follow the VCs money. But I think it's kind of tricky because again at the end of the day we try to build a business behind the NFT collection too, right? So there is some like synergy to have between VC's money for sure and like the community. Pretty sure that's like that.
Yes.
And yeah, and thanks to the beer market for that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You have to, a VC money is fantastic when you have the right terms.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
these are the things that you're in a position, and this is what I was saying before. If you have the, the momentum behind you, you have the consumers that are utilizing the product, and you have a great name that's building very quickly, you set the terms with the VCs. It's easier to set those terms. And that's kind of where we see it. VCs are the reason that a lot of these companies are able to expand as fast as they have and be able to, create fantastic products. And we're definitely going to try to tap into that as well, because it makes the most amount of sense when you're trying to scale a business, and you can scale it quickly. When you only focus on your own revenue, you have a little bit of a plateau where you can only go so high. It's like, trying to buy a house, right? You need to take a loan from a bank to get the house that you want. And the same thing goes to this. If you're trying to build a company, you need funds to be able to expand the teams quickly and be able to expand, the departments that are needed to be able to get to that level where revenue is important. But obviously, at first, the VCs are going to be critical to try to get this at scale.
100%. Yeah, okay, that's exciting. And can you share like your valuation that you're raising on, or it's takes 60?
We can't share that right now either.
No.
Sorry, buddy. You're asking great questions. Absolutely love it. You're putting me in the hot spot. That's for sure.
I'm just asking questions. You answer them the way you want.
Yeah, exactly. No, but we'll definitely tell the community absolutely as soon as everything's completed. We'll tell them exactly how much you raised, what it was at. To give everyone an example, usually when you do a seed round, you raise anywhere between 10 and 12% roughly, or 8 to 12% of your company. Pretty much goes to a solid seed round is something within that area. So that's essentially the percentage of the company that we're aiming to give away for a seed round.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Okay. So that's even more bullish. Like if you're doing that right now and you're minting today, yeah, it's good for the minters.
Oh yeah.
And okay. Second.
The traction that we've had with this has been fantastic as well. Like the to your point, we are obviously the mint is extremely important to us, and we're putting a lot of energy and time into it, and it's critical that we have the members, but the members should be extremely happy that we're taking the initiative to try to raise that capital, and obviously starting these conversations. And the amount of interest that we have right now is very high. So it's making me very bullish on the opportunity and the product, and I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited to see what the future has, and obviously telling the community about about our successes in the future.
That's cool. Okay, can we do something for the people on the YouTube stream right now and the Twitter space, or is that too late?
In terms of yes, we've been told we have to shut off. Well, we are 6 hours less.
Yes.
I think less than 6 hours out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
However,
yes,
I'm hoping we will be invited back, and maybe we can bring some goodies when we come back.
Let's go. We can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yes. we can do a debrief for like in a couple of weeks about like the mint and like everything you built in the couple of weeks for sure, man. Like now it's your channel that you have been on it once. It's your home. You can do what the fuck you want with the channel.
Let's go.
And okay, so for everyone in the chat and on Twitter Space, give me some reaction on Twitter Space if you're going to sweep the secondary or if you're going to mint, and something on YouTube. Like, give us like send us a message in like the comment box if you're going to mint or if you're going to buy with 57th on the secondary marketplace. I want to know. And yeah, structural mint. Cool. That's cool. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's come back to the utilities and like the features that you have on the mobile app. Do you have like any cashback on the card, or like even with like a SPL token cashback or something?
Absolutely.
We
yeah.
do.
Zollie, you can take this out.
Okay, sure. We do, yeah. So we are rolling that out now. So we have the ability built to provide rewards back to users. So they actually, so what will happen is we'll advertise what those offers are in app. Once you visit that location, or or online, you make your purchase. Immediately, you get provided with those funds back, and they can be spent right then and there on a subsequent transaction should you want to. So we're going to be rolling out a couple of offers in our pilot, and then we're going to be expanding on that in the coming months. It is definitely a large initiative for us. I think it's something that can set us apart. It's also something that everyone's been asking for. So there's some easy wins there to get online offers, and also we've got a handful. I should say it's a bit more than a handful of brick and mortar offers as well that we're going to be deploying for pilot.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I remember when I went in Canada, like they had like like a couple of companies that were doing like credit score, like you can check your credit score, and like you always have like mortgage offers and shit like that on your credit card based on your score. So yeah, it could be like it's like a classic slash normal business model for that kind of product. But yeah, that could be cool if you have like any like product related to Web3 life. That could be cool. Oh, if you can get a mortgage based on like the Solana you have in your bank account on your wallet, that would be cool. And
That
you
would
can
be
swap
cool.
it, and then you make it for a down payment. But you need a shit ton of Solana.
Yeah, I think I don't know if West is the company for you there, but you got to have balls of steel, I think.
That, bro, like down payment on. Oh, let's do that. That would be cool. Okay, and Evan, like, okay, so you even mentioned like, did you like not even sure anymore? Like, what about like multi-chain or like on your roadmap? I think you mentioned parachain too, right? So what is it exactly like? Do you plan like to go like multi-chain anytime soon, or is that like completely off-chain transaction? Like, what's up with that? What's the story there?
Yeah, so I think that's a great one. So for us right now, a part of this transaction happens on chain, right? And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding more wallet options, and we're also going to be adding more crypto coin and token options that you can actually pay with. And so that's what we mean by a parachain, right?
Yeah,
where
okay.
you can pay with multiple coins from multiple different chains. We're also working with Samo on allowing for their SPL to be used. So essentially, when you attach your Phantom wallet, you convert your Samo in the same way, the same experience that we talked about earlier, so that you can make purchases. And so we think that's a really nice use case as well. But that's what we mean by that. So allowing for other coins to be used. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But like, yeah. Okay. So because like the only on-chain transaction are basically the swap that you do from Sol, Bitcoin, ETH, whatever, to fiat, right? So that's You don't track like I'm going to groceries and I paid in Sol, and like this transaction that I did on my groceries appears on the block explorer. It's just like the swap. Okay, makes sense. I'm thinking, I'm processing all of the information at the same time. I love it. It's a cool product, man. I love it. I will look.
Yeah, no.
Again?
I was just gonna say that there's definitely some devil in the detail when it comes
Mm.
to payment products, right? And so, it, depending on your background with payments, it sometimes it can be hard to kind of understand the flow of funds
Mm.
and where everything fits in the pieces and the partners and whatnot. So, I like how you're kind of thinking on the fly in terms of how it all comes together.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I have to do because, like, yeah, I did some like do your own research stuff. I went to the website, etc. But then I'm thinking again about it, and then I have other questions. That's how it
Yeah.
works. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And how do you position yourself, like compared to like the other product on the market? Again, like Revolut on the Binance card. Like, what would be like your differentiator that you have identified that would make you kill the competition and become top one?
Yeah, that's a really, really good question because a lot of people have been asking this, and obviously it's critical that people know the difference and the value that we actually bring. So, just kind of start at the top of the list. So the first thing that we did is that obviously we wanted this to be every consumer doesn't have to open a bank account. They don't have to have their
Okay.
cash on an exchange. Those are two of the critical pieces to this. Making sure that they control everything. It comes directly from their non-custodial wallet. That is all critical to us because that provides that seamless experience, the security. It keeps the funds with the consumer instead of having to put it onto a third party. So we're really, really happy with that. And a lot of the cards that are out there now, they don't provide that service at all. The other big one is the fact that we can convert your funds and have them on the card in less than 60 seconds instead of a lot of the competitors.
Okay.
It might take hours or even days. The fact that the cards are able to be issued to a customer to their mobile device in seconds instead of having to be mailed out and it take days to get to the consumer's account, which is obviously critical. The fact that we're able to add other types of accounts, like you mentioned before, you go to your so you go to Sharky, you get a loan against your NFT. Those types of opportunities and the way that we're able to evolve this product is absolutely critical, and that's what makes us incredibly unique because we can add more types of utility that there's nothing else in the market that can do that. So those are really, really important to know, so everyone understands that we're not just a card program. We are a payments platform that is creating a card program, and that card program is going to have more utility than any other crypto card on the market.
I think that is a huge play for you, like to integrate services like in the Solana ecosystem. And if you can do that seamlessly, well, easily on the mobile app, that would be a freaking big, like the Sharky example. Like you take a loan on your NFT in one or two button or two taps. That would be a banger because your competition will never do that in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, right? For sure. So yeah, could be you could have like a couple of killer features like that and faster than anyone else. Okay. Definitely gonna see how your secondary going because I fucked up. I didn't have the whitelist. Sorry about that. Just busy grinding. But yeah, I will look at your secondary.
Yeah, for sure. Please do. Yeah, we're really, really bullish right now. Obviously, we did quite well in the pre-sale. We sold out about 75%. Zollie,
That's cool.
Something like that. We we only have about 1,500 left for mint, which is awesome because the total supply was 6,700. So we're very bullish, obviously, because of that. And obviously the community's done a fantastic job at backing us and supporting us over the months. I know we haven't been, the easiest to deal with when it comes to the market and, trying to find the right time to mint. But the fact that we have a product that's pretty much done, we have a pilot that's going to launch right after, real world utility. We have some crazy cool art. I'm very biased about that.
Yes.
And of course, our community is absolutely a bunch of legends. So we're just super excited for it, guys, and can't wait to get this done with so we can move on with the product and start to build something here.
No, that's dope. We talk about that before the show, but I think there is a big because of the bear market and everything that's happening in crypto right now and the whole ecosystem is slowing down or at least not running as fast as it was before. builders have a place to take in the hype project. And recently we saw that with like Asset Dash, right? Like when they have like the whole portfolio tracking marketplace, etc., etc. And they did pretty well during the mint and like on the secondary. So yeah, I think it's the bear market is there is a huge room for builders to take the top spot over the hype project.
Yeah, and we totally agree with that. Obviously, we're biased about that, but we totally agree that the way that the way that NFTs are evolving, we, especially in a bear market, there has to be a form of utility.
Yeah.
There has to be an opportunity for people to really start to to leverage the value of an NFT and how they can be used in the real world and actually provide value to them as a a community. And that is absolutely critical for us to be able to create products. And again, not just us, but like everyone that is trying to build something on here. We need more builders. We need more products that elevate crypto as a whole, and of course NFTs. And we like that is the most.
It's 18 hours.
That is the most critical thing for us to be able to push forward and to try to get across the line. So we're really bullish with the fact that people are coming to us. They're seem extremely happy with the product. There's some fantastic products out there like Asset Dash that have had to lead the way in their mint because they had a product built like we do. They had a fantastic community like we do, and they've got fantastic art. Cool. And I think that you need to have that trio to be successful, and we're very, very excited because of that.
No, I love it, but like okay, so and the other side of like the builders project and kind of like the curses or like the curse of like builders project is like people attach price to the utility of it, then it's like put a ceiling to the floor price, right? Because like for example, like how can you justify like your NFT to be worth like 10K, 15K? When you have like when you use it as a tracker in the app or even like a card's benefit, right? Like your benefit needs to match the price of your NFT. So yeah, how do you picture that? Like, do you think we are going to a subscription access to the asset and less speculative ones, or like you still believe that we can go to the fucking like sky anywhere, and then we can see like people value the NFT at a high price anyway?
Yeah, I truly do believe that this space is going to have both. I think you're going to have projects that are based on hype and that are based on communities and brands, and that's amazing. And there's a huge amount of projects out there right now that have an incredible community and people love being a part of it. It's almost like it's a private clubhouse, right?
Exactly.
And that's huge for people, and that has been the foundation of Solana NFTs for years, and it's never going away. But I just think that things have to evolve, and things will naturally evolve. And I think that people are sick and tired of being rugged, and they're sick and tired of putting the money into founders that have no idea what they're doing and that are building an idea instead of trying to actually have a product built before they go to mint. And I think that is really critical. I was on an AMA the other day, and a guy named Casper was on it, and he said it really, really well, where he was just saying that the evolution of NFTs have to be towards builders, because that more utility is the only way for us to be able to expand. And I think that is exactly what it is. It is critical that we have more people trying to build and more people looking to invest in those companies. This is a company to us. This is not an idea. This is not a theory. This is not a side project. This is a company. And that's why we're raising capital. That's why we put so much energy into the product before we mint. That's why we've created the NFT and the value back to consumers the way that we have. So we're here long-term, guys. This is something that we're going to run with as long as we can. And we're trying to build this up as fast as we can and provide the most amount of value to not just our holders, but to everyone on the Solana ecosystem.
Let's go. I love that, man. Yeah, like I truly believe it. I like this thesis of, again, like you have an NFT, you use a product, you have benefit from it. Yes, it may not go to 100K a piece, but founders can also find a solution between like utilities and like a speculative asset at some point too, right? just on us to find the right way to do it and offer both maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
And yes, Spliffy, sorry about the jump scare. I have no idea what it came from, but yeah, it surprised me too.
That came from me. I'm sorry, Spliffy,
Okay.
if I scared you, buddy. My computer yells at me every hour. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so okay. Can't wait for the AI like to tell you, yeah, you have to take a break, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's cool. Yeah, that's all good. Okay, cool. Like, yeah, we are like around the hour, so yeah, maybe it's time like to wrap it up and respect of the format around the hour, and yeah, we are definitely above it. So it's cool. Bro, like, yeah, I love your product. I will definitely scoop some on the secondary. Do you have like utilities for like people who hold like 50 of them or like something like that?
So our utility goes up to
Yeah.
people that hold 15.
15, okay. 15.
Yeah.
If you hold 50, you get
Yes.
Kits' personal mobile number.
Let's go. That's what I want.
Yeah, and Zollie will send
Yeah.
you some pictures once in a while on yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Sure.
There is the OnlyFans tab in the app when you have a shit ton of NFT. That could be cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a perks.
Yeah, we will look at ways that we can reward our larger holders, get them involved more with the product. Like I think that's one of the benefits of building in this space, right? Where you have such close contact with your users and your community and the people that are actually touching the product, right? And so we do want to have a dialogue with them, and we're always around Discord too. So we'll look at ways that we can incorporate them well.
That's dope. Okay, so maybe you're gonna make me spend my crypto now. But yeah, let's go. But yeah, the tax. I need to look into the tax stuff situation. That would be I need to dig that. Do you plan like to have like an export, because that's a pain in the ass, right? Like to have like to go into your wallet and like get all of the fucking transaction and then generate your tax based on the country or etc. etc. Do you plan like to integrate that in your payments at some point? That could be a cool
I think we'll have to. Yeah, I think we'll have to. I think we're set up to do so, right? So instead of having to track every single transaction you make, you just track the conversions, right? Which is nice, right? You make a conversion, and then whatever transactions that happen after that, you've already had your taxable event.
Yeah, exactly. So so on the swap crypto to fiat, then you have the list of that. Then I can send it to my lawyers. I can turn blah blah blah, and then they manage that. Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, exactly right.
Please give me that.
Yeah,
that exists. Yeah.
Okay. So the question is still bumping. What about like money laundering? Like how does that work? Like how do you protect yourself against that shit?
Sorry, how do you protect yourself from what, sorry?
Money laundering. Sorry, French accent. Money laundering. Money.
Yeah. No, sorry, you broke up there. It wasn't the accent, I promise. How do you protect yourself from money laundering?
You as a company.
Yeah. So again, the consumers need to be KYC'd.
Yeah, okay.
So we KYC'd, and the fact that again we are not doing the conversion on our side, we are using a third party to do this, and we're doing that strategically because this keeps us risk-free. So we make sure that someone else that's spent tens of millions of dollars jumping through the hoops and have the right team in place, they're the ones that are doing this, not us, to make sure that it is secured and insured and compliant.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you basically answered that question 45 minutes ago. My bad.
No worries.
That said, there are things that we need to have in place on our end, though, right? So we need to make sure we're doing all the checks and balances with each user that onboards into the platform, and that just adhering to what the things that Kits had mentioned there.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense, 100%. Okay, so I have like my closing question for you guys, and then I think like everyone in the chat, like if you have any question, last question, please manifest yourself. Put a comment in the section in the YouTube chat. But yeah, I think we went around like all of the product, and yeah, like the last thing like we can wish you is like to mint out pretty fast. So yeah, everyone is like bullish on what you're building right now, and yeah, let's go.
Love
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
exactly. That's what we want to see, but let's go. Okay, so Zollie and Kits, like, what's the question that you wish people ask you, but they never do? Zollie first.
That's a tough one.
Me first?
Yeah,
Wow,
Zollie.
that's a good one. You got me thinking there. I suppose why did we want to start the business? We don't really get that asked too much. It's more so like tell me what it does, right? Or how I can benefit from it. But I like talking about why we decided to take the leap, right? Because it is a leap of faith when you do anything new, particularly with a new startup. There's a lot of challenges. The market's never going to go your way. You kind of got to keep moving, but that's exactly what we talk about, right? It's better to keep moving than just standing still. And so for us, I think there's definitely an element that we want to make this a successful business. We want to bring utility to the space, want people to use the product and benefit from it. But also, like, for us, man, like you gotta satisfy that passion, right? That, like, the desire to build something. And I think an NFT project is a really nice way to combine like the artistry, right? Because there's an art element to it with the business. And honestly, it's such a unique space for that reason. I've had such a good time being a part of those conversations with our artists and our team to pull those things together. And so I think for me, it's that question. Why do you start this?
Start with why.
And it's for all of it. Yeah.
But I mean, and also like you have like an amazing, like, again, like founder fit with what you're building and what you try to achieve at the same time. Right? So I guess it's part of it too. Part of your history. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Spliffy, like, question for him again. Are there any like one and cool traits we should look out for?
So there's no one-of-ones in the collection. What we actually set out to do with it was make we were hoping that there's something that everyone can resonate with. Like the collection is more inspired by 90s, 2000s culture and like bigger cities like New York and Chicago, that type of thing. Also in that like style of cartoons from that day. So there are rarer traits for sure, and Easter eggs of like pop culture references and things like that. But some of the like least rare traits are the ones that I gravitate to the most, honestly. Like the PFP on this channel is an older version, but it's like the very first drawing of the avatar. And so for us, it's less so about rarity and more so about like a clean aesthetic. But there are some rare traits in there. Like there are some nice combinations when put together that I think people will gravitate towards.
Cool. Okay, and what about your kids? What's your question that you wish people ask you but I never do?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually gonna say what Zollie said, but yeah, I got to go with the fact that, you know, why do we want to work this hard? Why do we want to be, you know, putting ourselves in this situation? And again, this is, I don't know, it's a passion, right? It's an opportunity to do something really cool, and it's an opportunity to give value back to an ecosystem that we really see huge opportunity in. And I personally love this. I know Zollie does as well. You know, we come from a background of doing things like this when it comes to companies and products and trying to get things out the door and building new and innovative things. And I think that the fact that we're able to put that towards this product and this company is, is critical. You know, the amount of hours that we've worked, especially Zollie in the last, 3 months, is absolutely insane. You know, we're pulling all-nighters, pulling things together, making sure everything's perfect for the mint. And, we're in this, guys. This is the long haul for us. This is a product that we see huge value in. I think that, the passion that we have, no one asks us about the passion. I think that's what I'm trying to get to, is that, we've got so much behind us and so much, opportunity we see in this. And I think that's what's really driving us. And I think that's a question that, a lot of people should probably ask a lot of founders is, are you passionate about what you're doing? Do you see this as, a long-term play? Is this opportunity that will benefit all of the market and not just your community? And I think that those are the questions that everyone, that before you invest in anything, especially anything to do with NFTs, you need to ask those questions to the founders. You need to see if they align with your, with your thoughts about value, and, is there an incentive for you, and do they have any fucking idea what they're doing? And that's a huge thing. And, that's the thing where we come from, right? Our background is building companies. Our background is in payments. We have proven time and time again with the product that we have, and, making sure that, our community is always up to speed on what we're doing, and, always being transparent to the point that people, know exactly where we stand. And that is critical, guys. And I want everyone to challenge us and ask whatever questions you want in our Discord. Zollie and I are around until mint. Obviously, we'll be answering everything. And I think that's key. Just keep asking us questions to make sure that it aligns with what you guys are doing. And you guys know that this is a huge opportunity. This is not a one-off for us. This is something that you guys are going to really enjoy in the future.
Let's go. I love it, man. Yeah, like the critical part, like with like having founders that know what the fuck they're doing. That's important.
Yeah, it's kind of critical.
That's amazing. Okay, last question. Who should be the next guest, and can you please make the introduction?
I think Spliffy should be the next guest. He's the one that's been asking all the questions.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I have 2 recommendations, if that's cool.
Yes.
Please
do.
We're biased.
Build the lineup.
We like the Aussie teams, and man, when I met these founders, like, I just respect their hustle, and their grit, honestly. And so I'd say GigaDAO and Simpler, man. I like what they're building. I like that they stuck with it and they've been around for a while. We're actually going to be on a space just vibing out before our mint with them. Nice. But that's why we asked them to join us on that space, because I appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah.
So that would be my reco.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Belak was the first ever video we have done here. It was like a Twitter space. It was like the first stream that we did. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. GigaDAO is cool. Like, I love them. I love Belak. I love like the whole team. It's definitely, we should do it again. We had them. We had Belak again on DeFi Decoded with Ash on the channel like a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, it is always welcome here for sure.
Yeah, man, get that Aussie vibe in here.
Exactly, that's what's up. I didn't know it was also. Did I know that? Okay, whatever. I probably forgot because man, like Australia is like undervalued in like Web3 because I don't know, maybe it's too far. Like the time zone don't really match well, but with the US centric ecosystem. But yeah, like there is some talent in Australia for sure.
Yeah. My recommendation for the next person on your show, again, it's got to be Samo. So we work really, really closely with Ghost and the team over there, and they've been like massive supports of us. And those guys are hustlers. Those guys are always working, always trying to build, always trying to make sure that there's value to the community. That would be definitely my recommendation, to get those guys on, because they're awesome.
We can do that. I would love to have them on the channel. I love this last question. Love it. Spliffy, you should bring this Frank Decod guy. Yeah, I know, bro. I want him to notice us. Not sure if you know him. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yes, please make the introductions, Spliffy. I think my goal is to have him after the S3 release. We have a shit ton of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. But guys, thank you so much. Yeah, do you have anything like to say to like people in the chat on the Twitter space? Anything that you want to mention?
Yeah, absolutely. So our mint is tonight, guys. So anyone that's interested, hop on our Discord, hop on Magic Eden, see what time it is in your time zone. I think it's in about 5 hours from now. We're super excited. Come on in the Discord and ask any of the questions you guys have, and see all the excitement in there, because we are really excited here, guys, about getting this out the door, and obviously moving on to our pilot and our full product launch. So
okay, I just dropped the Discord link in the chat. So yeah, like please everyone, if you're not on the West 70th Discord, go there. I'm there. Let's go.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go. Sorry, do you have anything?
I think Zollie
Oh,
Rugg.
no, just thanks so much, man. Thanks so much for having us.
That was a fun one. I love talking about business and like to entrepreneurs in Web3. That's my jam. So yeah, it's really a pleasure to have you. Yeah, it like we took our time to schedule this stream, but because of me, sorry about that. But now we are on midday, and yeah, that's what's up, man. We did it.
Did it.
And you can
Thanks a
come
lot for
back
having
whenever
us.
you want. Again?
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for having us, mate. Awesome call.
Thank you so much. So everyone in the chat, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please feel free to do it. Don't forget to claim your views. Send a tip to Zollie too. Like on the Watch to Earn platform, you can send you can send some views to Zollie. So yeah, do not hesitate to do that. Kit, you will have to ask Zollie to split the views with you. Because I can only put one wallet for the tip.
No worries.
But yeah, so and everyone jump on the West Discord. You have also all the link in the description. Follow everyone, and yeah, check the mint if you don't have the whitelist. Fucking sweep the floor because you will need that for the mobile app, and you want the pecs. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, let's talk. Let's continue to chit chat in the DMs and see how we can work together in the future.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Thanks, mate.
Thank you so much. And yeah, good luck for the mint. Bye, everyone. And yeah, see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.